Are you falling? Calling you. Are you falling? Calling you. Just wanna pack up my things and go. Just wanna be free, just wanna zone. Just wanna flow, just wanna hang with the gang, but sometime chill on my own. Just wanna do me, just wanna doze. Just wanna live and see how it goes. And the goals just keep on going, yeah. This life we live is a war. When there's love in the rave, you know. When there's love in the rave, you know. All inside you, all in the soul, 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 soul. You know when the calling's calling you, when the calling's calling more. You know when the calling's calling you, it's calling, calling more, 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 more. You know when the calling's calling more, more, more. You know when the calling's calling.
Okay, good morning. Another day, another session. Today, another drive to work. Today is going to be something special. I hope my voice is coming through because I don't have my headphones on. The headphones mic is inside the helmet. Anyway, so let me quickly get my helmet on. I generally wear my helmet. Before wearing my helmet, you should wear this headband here because I believe it has a different kind of material.
You know when the calling's calling.
Also because the lighting is too bad. It's the lighting level. There we go. All right, now I'm sure you guys can hear me clearly. क्या हाल है दोस्तों? Welcome to another session with your favorite host, djmonks. Obviously, we are on different channels and different places. I'm also known as Monks Plays. But anyway, the point of today's episode is very simple. We had a long chat with our friends at Ultraviolette. Our friends at Ultraviolette showed me the true meaning of how to ride this bike. So let's just get on with it. Getting out into the world. Hello everybody. Welcome. Good morning. We are on the way to work. It's probably a half an hour, 45 minutes journey, but it might take longer because today we are discussing how to drive, how to ride, how to use this machine that they call an electric bike. There are a few concepts that we need to understand before we move forward. There is a concept for rolling, Regen, you all might know that is basically generating the current when your wheels are rolling, and it automatically generates the current and gives you a regenerative electricity back to the motor so that it can recharge the battery on the fly. That is what Regen is all about. Okay, rolling is something that I am doing right now. There is a slope down. I have decreased my regen to a 0 because I want the machine to be using the slope dynamics going downhill, so that it can just catch up speed, and I do not need to use the battery or the torque of the engine or the motor to go further. We'll be using this same concept to explain how to effectively use this motor so that we can get the best range out of it. Alright, there are a few things that I might miss, so please do tell me in the comments if I missed something. And hit that like button and hit that subscribe button in case you haven't done it yet. We are we are primarily a gaming channel, but we also do motor vlogs. I haven't done a motor vlog in some time now because I haven't found a topic to really talk about. And then I realized that vlogging isn't about taking a topic and talking about it, but that's just my take on it. So, being said that, let's just get into it. There are some things on the dial that you guys need to figure out before going on this journey. The company by itself will not give you pointers or hints or details about what you have to do, how you have to do them. It's for you to figure it out by yourself. And they haven't told you these things before. They haven't told you about how to use the bike, what is the right way to use it, how is the engine really related, how are you saving up, and how are they targeting that 300 kilometer range that they're talking about. Do you want to get it by yourself? What do you do? How do you go about it? Yes, there might be one or two people who might help you and assist you with that. But lately, I will show up my details over here. You can see that I haven't been getting the range that I would desired. I was getting 150 kilometers for a full charge, which they say is around 300. Am I doing something wrong? So what is the right way to ride this thing? And I will not say it is simple. Believe you me, it's not simple. The whole dynamics of how you ride this engine is going to change now. If you are seeing this video, I'm so sure you are also part of the same glimpse of, the company says 300. How do I get? I'm not able to get even 200. What is it that I'm doing wrong? Is the company really, showing that it's extended or over-emulated numbers, which generally people do? The numbers that you see on the screen for any car right now, they are all generated on a machine. Okay, they are tested on a machine to give you world numbers without any kind of problematic situations where you don't have to brake so much. So the range that you can get, or they're talking about, is the maximum range that a bike or a car can give you. So trying to get that out of your bike is something that I can teach you or show you or grant you. So let's get on with it. You might be in a city like Bangalore, Bombay, Hyderabad, Delhi. All of these cities are congested today. There's a lot of traffic, there is a lot of movement. Sometimes you get good stretches, sometimes you don't get good stretches. You want to be able to stretch your wings and go out. You need to go outside the city, take the highway pass or whatever. First of all, understanding your journey is the key to any kind of emulation that you want to take up, right? Understanding your journey in terms of the heights, the undulances, the ups and downs that you're going to take. So if you're going from point A to point B, and the point A to point B is all downhill, obviously you don't have to stress the motor a lot. The basic idea is that you don't really need to stress your motor to get energy out of it. The less you use the motor for acceleration, the more power, range that you might get because of the power that you might consume to get into the acceleration. So keeping that in mind, let's see how we can utilize this principle into gaining maximum range out of your vehicle. So my riding style earlier, we would be like, pulling the bike for, like keeping it on the throttle, keeping it running for the nth number of time for a long range, trying to beat someone on the road and all that. No, that is not really how you ride the vehicle. The key are three ingredients towards getting a proper journey on. One is the generative buttons which you have for the Regen. So what I do is generally now I'm on traveling at 30 kilometers an hour. I'm going to go down to 25 and then I'm going to slowly increase my throttle so that it reaches to approximately a 40-45. And then once the downhill, I am going to estimate there's a downhill over here. So I'm going to let the bike take its journey straight and take the downhill into consideration, and so that it can extend my range into this thing. If there is a folder coming up, I will just increase the Regen so that the Regen will recharge the battery in the downhill also, but I will not reduce even the speed. The idea is that what the bike would generally take to generate 150 kilometers while running the motor, you're trying to extend its life from 150 to at least 250 or 300 in the process of just letting the bike take the momentum of your Regen. I'm going to go to 40, I'm going to increase the Regen, decrease it again. So the whole play of my braking system is hardly using the brakes. I'm going to be using my Regen to do my braking. While braking, I'm going to do the Regen, use the Regen to do my braking. If there is a bike in front or a car in front, and I can estimate that if I use, right now I'm at 0 Regen. So while I know that there's nobody in front, I can do a throttle, I can go up to a 45 speed, and oops, I need to brake here, so I'll use the Regen, I'll bring it up to a level 4, take it down back to a level 0, I will keep pushing up and down with this thumb on the left, and I'll utilize that to do my braking instead of using my front wheel brake and the rear wheel brake. Yes, I mean, at emergency braking situations, you have to use them. I won't call it emergency. Do use them when you need them, but try and anticipate the movement of the vehicle where you can. The Regen doesn't always come into handy. Probably at slopes you're going too fast. You need to slow down, get to a Regen 1, let it Regen. Right now I'm at level 1. It is regenerating the motor. I'm still going at the speed of 28. It might come down. It is still at 27, so it came down to 27 now. It's still regenerating the motor as well. So I'm increasing my chances of the vehicle. So now I couldn't rely on the Regen anymore, so I had to brake because this fellow was taking a turn. And I'm still, wow. Careful there. Alright, so there is still a slope down. So we are going to use the momentum of the slope and go downhill so that the motor can not be used, and I've been using the slope of the road itself to move forward in the journey, increasing my estimated amount from a 150 to another kilometer or so, because it's all downhill and I don't need to recharge the motor. I don't need to put the throttle to move forward. I'm going at a speed of 30 right now. Generally, at a speed of 30, 40, you will be able to negate city traffic. You might find the low stretches. If you come down to 25, again hit the throttle, go up to a level 40. You don't have to slam the throttle unless you're overtaking someone. But yeah, take it slow, let it build up the momentum on a slow basis. Enjoy the build up. It will come up to 40 and then you stop. Let the rolling motion come in. Let the bike take its momentum and push you further instead of you using the throttle to move further. So the concept of the bike is Constantly keeping the throttle at 30 will be utilizing your motor's energy. You're using the battery to unnecessarily push you further when you're not required to. Let it take the momentum and let it do its thing, and then let it roll. Alright, now I'm going into a turn, so I will increase the regen and let it slow down because of the regen. As soon as I'm throttling, I will come back to a regen 0 and then I'll push my bike further. Once it will reach a level 40, I will stop throttling, let the bike take its course till I come to a level 25 kilometers per hour, and then anyway there's a U-turn here, I'll take the U-turn. I don't even need to hit the regen. I'll take a U-turn and go straight. Now again, there is a slope down. I'm going to utilize the slope to take less energy. Go to a level 40, let it take its slope down. Use the regen for braking so that I do not have to use much of the levers or the brakes and wear and tear them for longer than they're required. Just like you use on the bike, you use your gear braking, right? Similarly, the regen works like a gear brake system on this bike too. Alright. So, the next thing I would like to talk to you guys about is this amazing thing called WH per kilometer reading, which is on the left side of the panel, which is this number here. Okay. Contrary to my belief, I used to think that this number has to be the highest, which means it will give me the maximum range. But both of this number and this number are interlinked, which means if this is higher, this becomes lower, which is the range in kilometers becomes lower. If your wattage per hour per kilometer, okay, WH per kilometer is higher, that means you are utilizing more power, so your range in kilometers reduces from whatever you're using it to. Alright? So how do you manage to get that on a higher or a lower basis? So for example, I'm right now at a WH kilometer of a 30 right now, okay? Because I have been driving very sensibly for you guys right now. I am giving a throttle up to 40, letting the bike take its course on the hill, and then leaving the throttle so that it takes its roll and pushes to a 25. When it comes to 25, I'll push it back up again. I'm trying to utilize the machine, I'm trying to utilize the motor as less as possible. So it jumped to a 31 because it was a climb up. So I had to use the motor a lot. So that the amount of times I use the motor, the number increases. The amount of times I use the motor less, the amount will decrease for you. The number, as much as it decreases, it is best for you. That's the idea that I want to bring to you. You have to challenge yourself to this game of keeping this number down. How you do it, it's up to you. One way is the way I told you. Let the bike roll. In the sense, let it take the journey course. Just give it a little push and let the road take you wherever you need to go. And that way, you're utilizing less of the motor per hour, right? And that will increase your range. I started with the journey with a 53% or a 54%. We are at 53% now. We're trying to utilize as much less of the battery as we can. Right now the road is sloping down. In an average journey from the time I start at home to my workplace, there are lots of ups and downs. The average might come up from a higher number to a lower number. So I generally average from a 30 to a 40 in the WH per kilometer range. It would be very, very awesome if you would try and keep that as low as possible. So currently I have reached, to my great eyes, I have actually reached a level of 29. I have never ever reached to a level of 29 on this vehicle before, and I have got that on camera for myself to prove. Reached a level 29, that's awesome. Can we push this to bring it down? But I don't think so, because I have to use the motor. If I do not use the motor, how will I push the bike forward? See, these are some extreme situations that I am showing you right now. Extreme, I would say not extreme, but the most effective way. I'm sure you would not be in a situation where you would ride like me, or ride the way I am riding to get the most use of the motor. I'm sure you would have been in either cutthroat traffic, bumper to bumper situations, trying to push your bike to another limit. Enjoy drag racing, or what is the best you keep. I would not recommend that. Do that only on supervision basis. But anyway, being said that, it's not always in a day's journey you will always use the bike to its utmost potential. Some days you would like to chill, some days you would like to enjoy your rides, and those are one of today's days for me. And 40 kilometers an hour, reduce it back to a level 0, let it take its roll, come down to 25, and then push it forward. Because anyway, in the front, if you see, the cars are stopping, so let it come to a normal stop by itself. Increase the regen for braking in case it doesn't brake. Use the brakes, throttling, bring the regen down to 0. Let us try and get that 29 to a 28. Come on. So that number 29 to 28 is a number given by the company. I had spoken in length to a really great guy called Teja. Shout out to him for explaining to me how to really use this machine. What is the concept behind the motor, torque, energy. He used a lot of physics terminology to explain things to me. I'm not going to bog you down with those things. Alright, what do you do when you're at a situation like this where you're on the you're standing? I believe the guy Teja had told me that even the hill assist over here uses some energy to stop. So I would say use your brake instead of the hill assist as much as you can, and get off the hill assist for your this thing, so that it's not utilizing the motor. So I wouldn't say completely shut off hill assist. Hill assist is a great feature to have, because you never know, the bike might be going back. But when you can, and you have the awareness of you standing at a junction where the slope is level and you don't need the use of hill assist, try not to utilize it. We were earlier using lithium ion, now we're using LPF, if I'm not wrong. I'll just check on it and get back to you on that. There are different kind of cells that are available in the market today instead of the lithium ion that we traditionally have been using. But yeah, we are looking at alternate sources. Sometimes I even forget I have to use the Regen to brake, and I use the normal brake. So you need some practice to be able to get to that situation where you are getting the most optimum output out of your bike. This is just a practice orientation thing. I'm so sure you would like to use the bike for enjoyment purposes also. So you might think like, I'll use one charge cycle completely just to enjoy the fruition of the motor that I have bought. This is almost equivalent to 200cc to 250cc, if I'm not wrong, bike motor. To be honest, it looks like a 300cc also sometimes. I am terribly scared of using the red mode, which is the ballistic mode. I have hardly used it in my total journey of 6,000 kilometers that I have done till date. I have hardly used that mode, maybe 1%. I don't need it. It's never needed for me to, at least. So we reach 40, we are letting it take its course through. I'm so sure when you will be actually traveling on an uphill situation, you will be using your battery more. But believe you me, when you are in a downhill situation and it comes down to 28 or 26 even, people have, what's his name? Teja had told me that he has achieved a 300 range, 28, sorry, 28 on the meter of the WH per kilometer reading was 28, and he has achieved 300 kilometer reading on his Odo, which is a damn good task. See, till date, I have achieved around 225 to 200 and even 30 on a trip. For when I calculate a trip, what I mean by a trip is from one recharge cycle to another recharge cycle. How much are you getting out of the battery in terms of distance, in terms of fuel economy? I mean, obviously, when you check your car's tank or whatever, you check on a full tank, right? So you full tank on the car and you put a trip meter on and you check Odo to Odo, what is the difference and whether your fuel economy was apt as to what either the company says or as per the Odo, how much are you getting, is that good or not? What I would like to tell you is that not only is that good, but also you guys need to understand how to use the bike, how to drive it, ride it. The fun or the challenge or the game is about utilizing that journey to get the most out of it. Previously, the previous djmonks would have seen that Aprila on the road and tried to catch up with it and enjoy riding next to him. There he goes. But now I'm not the same. I'd rather prefer that I get the best mileage out of the bike. I'd rather prefer utilizing the journey and playing this game. Actually, this is a game for me, right? I'm going to get those numbers, trying to be the boss here. The boss is the lower number. I'm trying to beat that and get that and achieve that. And that game is what wakes me up every morning. Get on my bike and achieve that rating. Also, I want to do it for you guys to get like 300 on my Odo. Even if I get like 280 on the Odo, I would be super pleased that I achieved something set by the industry standard, and not only for Ultraviolette as well. I want to see that they get success when it comes to the achieved numbers by any of their crew members or pilots. We are called pilots, by the way. The concept is pretty, I know it might, first few days you might feel like, what am I doing? Why am I riding like this? I never used to ride my other bikes, my ice bikes like this. What is this? This is no fun. But believe you me, once you get this game up and running in your brain, once you get this up and running in terms of trying to fight these numbers and get this thing, and you see that goal at the end where you hit 300 kilometers plus on a machine, you will be super, super rewarded. You will be super, super happy. And let me know in the comments if you do reach that number. And until next time, like I always say, stay human, stay humble. Bye-bye.